if you are itchy in your behind and it ain't clean.
You can't let them see a thug cry. You looking in the thug eyes. It's a funeral, let the doves fly. This is when the thug cry.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. This is Kavion, and today we're gonna be talking about 8 hygiene tips for men to follow on a daily basis. So I know a lot of us don't really, I'm not gonna say a lot of us, but some of us don't really properly make sure that we are smelling good, that we are, doing certain things to make sure that we, our hygiene is pretty on top, if that makes sense. So, especially if you're like a teenager. So if you're like a teenager watching this, and you are maybe musty, or, you're not really taking care of yourself, you know what I'm saying? You're not making that adjustment from a teenager, or not a teenager, from a kid to a teenager, and your bodies is changing, you know what I'm saying, and you're not taking care of yourself. So this video is definitely going to be helpful for you, or even some tips that even if you are taking care of yourself, or you just not really necessarily following, I feel like it's going to be really helpful. So yeah, we're just going to jump right into it, and yeah. So you don't necessarily have to replace it every 3 months, but that's just like an estimate. Usually the bristles on your toothbrush starts to wear out after a certain time, so it's recommended that you guys do change your toothbrush every so often. If your bristles, the little strings on your toothbrush, if that's worn out, it's not going to really properly clean it, and it's not really doing its job, and you're going to have some tore up teeth. So I recommend you guys, maybe throwing out your toothbrush if you definitely notice that it's looking kind of worn out, or if it's been over a couple months, recommend definitely throwing that out. I, for one, did not do that. I actually found that out recently from someone. They're like, you need to, not like I knew if my bristles is worn out on my toothbrush, I obviously throw it out, but like I didn't know it's like a time period. I just, it's the estimate. If you brush your teeth every day, that's usually the estimate though. So, but I recommend you guys trying it out. It definitely will help your teeth and your breath, so yeah. Tip number 2, change and swap that towel. So it's kind of common sense. Obviously, it's like dirty clothes. You know that you need to wash your clothes. You know not to wear the same clothes over again. But I know some of us, don't really do that, and I, for one, used to do that myself. So like with towels, I used to actually wear the same towel that I used to like go to the gym with, and wear that same sweaty towel. I know it's pretty like disgusting and stuff, and you would think it's common knowledge to change your towel and stuff, but sometimes I wanted to save towels, so like I would just reuse the same towel. And don't do that, y'all. Just don't. I recommend don't even do that. So what that is going to do, you're basically just putting all that bacteria from that towel, just from the sweaty towel, onto your skin again, and it's going to create some bumps and some rash. And that is kind of why I have kind of like some, I don't know if you guys can see it, but I have like a rash right here a little bit, and it's been kind of difficult for me to get rid of it ever since then. And it's because honestly I was just using the same towel over again, and I had some other rash on my arm. I actually got rid of that, but this particular arm does not want to get away from the rash. So yeah, that's just kind of been the outcome from that. So yeah, if you guys are doing that, stop doing that. It's not good for you, and it's gonna honestly create a long-term effect on you. So try not to do that, or not even try, don't do that. First of all, it's nasty, and you're just putting dirt back on you, so it's really pointless in doing that. So yeah. Number 3, so I don't know why, but I know some people who don't want to properly clean their skin because they feel it's too feminine, or it's too, I don't really get that. Like girls like when you take care of yourself. So if you just take care of yourself, clean yourself. So making sure you have clean skin, meaning you need to take care of your skin, you know what I'm saying? Your face is one of the most sensitive things on your body. So if you don't take care of it, it's gonna get dirty, you're gonna get bumps, you're gonna get acne, you're gonna just get all types of stuff in your skin. So making sure that it's properly clean is very important, and you just need to start doing that if you're not doing that already. I, for one, wasn't really doing it too much when I was younger. I would actually just put water and soap on my face, and that was pretty much it. And as I gotten older, I started getting like, pimples. I started breaking out. I didn't really know why. I just assumed it was maybe stuff from like the food I was eating, which obviously could be it too. But like, to avoid any of that, take care of your skin. You feel me? Like that's important. So some products I do recommend is the Aztec Secret Healing Skin, not healing skin, y'all. Indian healing clay. So basically just a clay mask. It's gonna basically moisturize your skin, and it does get rid of like acne and stuff. If you guys are out there struggling with that, I recommend you guys trying it out. And I do have a video on my page as well of me actually trying this out for the first time. I do recommend it, and for the most part it's very affordable. It's only like, I think like $6. You can get it at your local like Walmart or Target, and it really no excuse. Take care of your skin, gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? You gotta make sure you don't have all this bad skin. Make sure you take care of that. So recommend you guys trying it out. This one right here. Another one is Cetaphil. This really works as well. I really love using this actually. It just adds like a really glowy, shiny look to your skin. And this also helps, I'm not gonna say it gets rid of acne, but it definitely prevents it. So if I feel like my skin is feeling kind of just rough or just going through a lot, I definitely try to use this at the end of the day or in the morning. And it's a face wash, so it really helps as well. Another one is the cream, Nivea cream. I probably pronounced that wrong. I still can't pronounce this stuff. I'll put it on there somewhere, but I just ran out of that. But that one really helps. That's moisturizer. It definitely, that stuff helps really good as well. It helps with a little bit of dark circles that maybe you guys are kind of struggling with as well. Recommend you guys trying it out as well. And most of the products that I've mentioned are very affordable stuff, so it really should be no excuse to not be taking care of your skin out there. You feel me? Number 4, cleaning your hair. So I'm not gonna say wash your hair every day because you have natural oils in your scalp, and you don't want to get rid of those all the time, but you should be washing your hair often. I would say if you are definitely like an athlete or someone who works out in the gym, you need to definitely be washing your hair pretty often. A lot of that sweat just builds up in your head, and it's just going to create dirt, obviously, and bacteria in your hair. So washing out is very important. And also for men, I would say we have more sensitive scalps than women. We are prone to like hair loss pretty much. We lose hair a lot more compared to women. So a lot of men usually lose hair by like their late or mid 30s and stuff, and usually by 40s. A lot of them are bald. And I, for one, I like my hair, and I want to make sure I have hair for a long time. So I definitely make sure that my hair is pretty taken care of for the most part, and washing it, conditioning it, all that good stuff. So make sure you guys do that pretty often, so that you have hair for long term wise, because your hair is not going to be on your head forever, and it might get rid of it. You might lose your hair sooner if you don't really take care of it while you're young. So taking care of your hair right now is very important if you care about hair. Number 5, trimming those toenails. So most people know men don't really take care of their toes too much, and you should take care of your toes. Like, it's not feminine to take care of your toes and stuff. Like, for example, those of y'all who don't take care of y'all toenails, they get big and they get sharp, and so you end up sometimes cutting your socks because your toenails so pokey, and they just then you gotta get new socks. That's an example of just not really taking care of your toenails. So making sure you trim it so often, and just kind of watch your feet, I guess, so it doesn't get too crazy looking. You know what I'm saying? So trimming it, definitely you guys should be trimming your toenails every so often, so it doesn't be putting holes in socks or scratching up other stuff when you laying down, stuff like that. Like, make sure that shit clean, please. All right. Number 6, dry scalp. So I for one suffer from dandruff, or at least I kind of used to. So I used to wash my hair pretty often because my scalp would get severely dry, especially where I live at. Currently, I live in Vegas, so like my scalp would just get severely dry. It gets very hot out here. It's like it'd be 100 something degrees out here. So I just, I used to get a lot of flakes and my scalp would just itch a lot. And so I started trying this dandruff shampoo, which has helped me like tremendously. So it's called S-Sal, and there's a couple dandruff. I'll put at the link at the bottom in the info. But this stuff really helps any sort of like buildup, and it just controls it. And I'm not gonna say it 100% eliminates the flakes, but it definitely stops. It definitely slows it down tremendously. So I use this pretty often when I take a shower or when I shampoo my hair, because it just helps. Other shampoos that I've used, it didn't really help that much, or the dandruff would come back a little bit, later. And this stuff really has, like, I rarely have dandruff that much after using this. So if you guys are struggling with any sort of dandruff, you guys can check out the T-Sal product. You can get this at your local Target or Walmart, and it was only like $5. So definitely invest into it if you guys are struggling with any sort of dry scalp or dandruff or any of that. I recommend you guys trying it out as well. Number 7, I think it's number 7. Number 7, y'all. Wipe your ass. All right. You need to clean your ass. Like, you should be cleaning your behind when you go in the shower. Like, you should not be hopping back out the shower if everything's not really clean, because you're not really fully clean then, you know what I'm saying? So, and that includes your ass. Like, you need to be washing your behind, making sure that's all clean. If you are itchy in your behind, and it ain't clean, it needs to be properly clean. So making sure you wash that. It could be some flushable wipes that you just use, just to make sure everything is properly clean under there. And just that's the important hygiene stuff, just making sure you clean everywhere, you know what I'm saying? And then last but least, number 8 is making sure your blades is properly clean. So for those of you who have some hair, at least some facial hair, or not even facial, it could be hair anywhere else, you need to make sure your blades is properly clean. So I, for one, did not really know about that when I started shaving. Yes, I do shave. I shave my face. I get like some hair under there, so I just kind of make sure it's shaved, because I'll get uneven hair just poking out, and I just shave it just so it looks even on my face. But anyways, I didn't really know too much about shaving that much, so I would kind of reuse the same blades. Now, blades and razors obviously different, for those of you who don't know. So you don't need to keep replacing razors, but you do need to replace the blades after a certain time. So I usually replace my blades after a couple uses, usually like maybe like three or 4 uses, and I just basically replace it, because after a while the blade just kind of becomes doesn't really become effective that much, like the first times that you used it. So just replacing it definitely helps. It makes sure your shave is just a lot smoother, replacing that. And then another thing is disinfecting your blades, thing to make sure that it kills the bacteria. So by doing that, if you don't properly clean it, you're basically just putting, again, the bacteria on your face, and it's gonna over time create bumps or any rashes or anything on your face, and it just kind of defeats the point of it. So make sure you guys properly clean that. That's very important as well if you guys are out there shaving. So yeah, you can get rid of it after 3 or 4 uses, and then disinfecting it. So it should be common knowledge, but again, I didn't even know that when I was first starting doing it. So for those of you who didn't really know that, start doing that, and if you did already, continue doing it. So but that's about it. I hope this video was pretty helpful. I was trying to make it pretty not quick, but just kind of sum it up to make sure the tips were pretty helpful for the most part. And again, I guess you don't necessarily have to be a man watching this. You could be a woman watching this. If your dude is not really maybe not following some of these tips, or he's struggling with some other stuff regarding hygiene, you can recommend him some of these tips as well. or if you have a younger brother who's a teenager adjusting to that teenage stage from a kid to a teenager, these tips can be very helpful for you guys as well, or just anyone in general who needs some hygiene tips. I do recommend you guys following these tips. Again, I didn't really follow a lot of these tips beforehand, but I noticed after doing it, it's been very helpful for me, and I've been telling other people to follow these tips as well. So I recommend you guys definitely follow some of these tips. And as always, if you guys have not hit that like button, make sure you do hit that like button. And if you guys are not subscribed already, make sure you do subscribe. And that's about it. I will see you guys on my next video, and I will see you guys then. Deuces.